Hello and welcome to the Baron's Game Room. And we just got back from spending the weekend at TokenCon. It's sort of our own little local like Gen Con or BGG or something like that. And honestly, that's why I didn't do a video Monday. And I'm still personally not really feeling up to doing a big long video. So I'm not going to do much editing this time. I'm doing it simple and just sort of talk to you guys. So I want to tell you guys about our experience this weekend. Now, this was our, I want to say, fourth time attending TokenCon. Yeah, because we had to skip there for, 2020, 21, some pandemic years. And yeah, great time as always. We love this place. Honestly, Oklahoma has a surprisingly decent board game design community. And the events always really darn busy. I think as a whole, our little indie zone room, which was us and several other local game designers and some out of towners as well, I think we got like somewhere close to 250 or maybe almost 300 different playtest forms turned in, which is just the people who turned in forms. Could have been more even. In fact, I know there's at least a few more. But yeah, had a great time at it. Always busy as always. And man, I want to tell you guys what's my personal favorite story from this weekend. So, like I mentioned, we were posted up in the indie zone. You had all your rooms with the open tables and everything. You had your vendor hall, and then you had a room that was just all of us small time indie game designers, all with their own little booths and stuff, showing off our games that we've previously published or are working on. By the way, we have a new one coming out soon. Keep an eye out for that, guys. And the thing though about this room is it was in a bit of an awkward spot. We had been in the room for a little bit last year, so we knew about it. But it had a few doors in. One door way back in the corner. You had to pass by another one to get to it, so there's really no point in that door. The other door, the way it opened up, it like opened up out against traffic. So the way people would naturally be coming, the door sort of opened out against them. And I couldn't explain to you this, but for some reason, you can't open the door all the way. If you open the door all the way to the wall, like it pops out of its hinges for some reason. It's crazy. Like the hotel said, oh, this literally happens every time we have a con here. Then, I don't know, change the hinges on the door? How is this the better way to go about it? But anyway, so yeah, you have to like just leave it sort of like 90 degrees, just sticking out into the hall, which isn't super like inviting to someone looking down the hall being like, oh, is there something down there? So, we improvise a bit. We're like, well, hey, some of us will just put some of our banners, some of our signs we have just outside that door. So when you look down, you see some signs and go, oh, cool, there's something that way. I'll head over there. And there was one more door that was off to the side near the bathrooms. But this one was also kind of awkward because if you look down it's just sort of a hallway that leads down like the side of where the bathrooms were into the room. So if you look down it's just sort of a weird long hallway that kind of looks into the side of where our booth was. We happen to be right there at that corner. So our genius idea was we have a big, Baron's Game Room banner that we stand up in the back of our booth. So like, well, we'll just turn it this way and just face it down that hallway. So anytime someone looks down the hallway, they'll just see our big sign there, and that should hopefully tell them, "Hey, we're in here. Come on in. Let's check out what's going on in here." I'm gonna tie this into our monthly theme of luck here because this had an inadvertent effect where outside of the con or outside of our little indie zone room around the con, our indie zone game room was becoming known as the Baron's Game Room. I can't blame them. I mean, I picked the name. I totally get what it sounds like. But yeah, one of our friends who had a booth over in the vendor hall, who has their own gaming cafe, by the way, Common Space Game Cafe, super awesome. If you find yourself around Norman in Oklahoma, definitely go check it out. They're really great there. Got some good food. But yeah, they came over to the room to see how we were doing and then gave us the great news. To which I made sure to get all of my kicks out of and personally thank all of my friends in the room for their contribution to the Baron's Game Room this weekend and making the Baron's Game Room such a great place to be at this con, which they clearly loved. But yeah, a little bit of luck in placement, and hey, we even played it. I made sure to tell everyone when they walked in, hey, welcome to the Indie Game Zone. I only, ribbed my friends about it. I will say, as lucky as it being called that, it didn't actually seem to translate into much because I'll tell you, when people actually came into the room, I think we got passed by more than a few times. Yeah, there was plenty of people I saw enter the room that ended up going to several other booths in the room and ended up passing over ours. So it wasn't necessarily translating into us being the stars of that room. But hey, it was still fun. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening to me ramble for a bit. Sorry I didn't do a review video this week. I'll get back in it next week. It's just been hectic and busy lately because of all this con stuff. We've got more coming up later. Hey, seriously, if you're not following us on other social medias, I really hope you do because we're working on some really cool stuff right now. And I want you guys to know anytime we have new stuff coming out. Anyway, I'll see you guys all next time. Bye.